Thank you for joining me. Welcome to another digital art session. Today I'd like to just talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind lately, that I've been thinking about in all of the current events. I'm sure most of you are being impacted by this pandemic in some way or another, it being a global issue. I guess I've just been thinking that in times like this, it's so easy to fall into those feelings that this is gonna last forever. Already it's only been just 3 weeks since things really started happening around here where I live, but already it feels like months or longer. I guess it's just important to remember that this is gonna be over someday. I mean, nobody knows when, but it will be. I guess I keep thinking lately about, better known disasters, all throughout history, like 9/11, Chernobyl, Ebola. Moments, that are kind of like this in history, where the whole world is kind of holding their breath and not really knowing what comes next. Nobody knows what comes next. When we kind of feel as an entire collective human race that these events are just gonna define us and they're never gonna end. This is life now. I've heard that so many times from coworkers and people on the street. This is just life now. A unanimous fear that this is just never gonna end. Because now COVID-19 has got us living in a seemingly endless time of uncertainty. There's been so many deaths, and there's cases popping up every day. I mean, it's our jobs, our families, our economy, and everything is so affected as people everywhere struggle to just make rent or pay their bills or buy basic necessities, and nobody has any clue as to when exactly this is going to be over. So I guess my advice to all of you is just be still, try and be patient, because soon the day's gonna come for, remember when. We're gonna feel right now as if, what we face is never ending, but I guess it's easy to feel like this terrible state of things has kind of halted life and that we're never gonna resume our normalcy again. But soon it'll be just 1 month since the COVID-19 outbreak. Or, it'll be 5 months, 12 months, 3 years, 20 years since the pandemic of 2020. We can't stop this pandemic from existing. I mean, it's here, it's among us. It will be in the history books. But I guess for now, we just make do. We do what we can. We can't simply wish it away just because it's a horrible thing. We can't really stop it. But I guess something I've been having to remind myself is just remember that time doesn't stop either. It's kind of indifferent to all of us. So it's gonna pass over as it always has. So this time is gonna pass. I guess just hang in there, because time is gonna keep going. Things are gonna keep happening. Some good things and some terrible things. But this chapter of humanity is it's gonna be over. And soon it'll be time for all of us to decide what to add to the next chapter that follows it. I guess, so keep that in mind as we move through April, and stay busy if you can. Talk to people, even if you can't be there in person, because we all need each other, now more than ever. Well, speaking of keeping busy, for today's drawing, I decided to go with something a little bit more of an abstract sketch that I did a little while back. I'm trying to keep busy in this pandemic, and I guess as you can see, she has flowers coming out of her mouth as well as growing out of her hair. I guess that's because I've always kind of liked the notion of what is within you being perceived by others in the quality of what you say and how you act. So I guess, if you speak kindness, people are going to see kindness when they think of you. And if you speak evil, I guess, that'll be perceived too. I'd like to think that, well, I'd like to think, that good people are really easy to recognize. It's almost as if they've got literal flowers growing from their heads, instead of something, you know, more invisible like kindness. And if you look closely, cruelty and malice are difficult to keep hidden for too long. Sooner or later, what is, you know, within you becomes who you are. I don't know, it's kind of an abstract thought. What do you guys think? I'm gonna wrap up this video, but please leave a comment. I'd love to know how you guys are doing. Thank you so much for all your awesome comments in the last video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You guys take care in all of this. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I'll talk to you next time.